our capable staff, Lance Lindahl.
Thank you, Commissioner. Hello, my name is Lance Lindahl, Peabody Right-of-Way Acquisition. Before you today is a request to vacate Northwest Roosevelt Street between Northwest 29th and Northwest 30th Avenues. This vacation was petitioned by Karen Pacific Properties, the current owner of the property located to the south of the vacation area. The property to the north of the vacation area is currently owned by the Bill Nato Company, and they are in full support of this vacation as proposed, and they are also in discussions with Karen Pacific to sell the property to them. The reason for this vacation is to consolidate the adjacent properties for redevelopment. Karen Pacific plans to construct 3 separate mixed-use buildings, a standalone retail building, and 15 townhouse units. 2 of the mixed-use buildings will be built over the street area, and construction is expected to begin later this year. The vacation area is currently paved, but it's not improved to city standards, and it's being used by an adjacent property owner as a privately managed parking and storage area. As a condition of approval for this vacation, the property owners have agreed to dedicate 6,272 square feet as public right-of-way. And this is along Northwest Nikolai Street to the north of the vacation area. And this action will correct for a past error in which a public sidewalk was constructed over private property. If there's any questions, I'm here to help.
Just in line with our previous discussion, in the future, if you could come with the slides to show the map and maybe a picture, that would be helpful.
Okay. I will do that. Thank you.
Further questions? Public testimony?
No one
Mr. Wong.
Very good. This is the first reading of the non-emergency ordinance. It moves to second reading.
Thank you.
Next item is the fourth, that's agenda 40-1.
Authorize disposal of unusable surplus property and authorize an intergovernmental agreement to transfer property to City of Battleground, Washington.
Very good. And we have Bob Delgizzi here today. Good morning, Bob. Good morning. Bob Delgizzi, Business Operations Manager. Could you, well, I know somewhat about this, so I'll give an introduction and tell me if I got any of it wrong. So this is the transfer of a single police protective vest, and it's going to Battleground, Washington. As I understand it, the vests are very specifically tailored to individuals, so they take lots and lots of chest measurements, and therefore these vests are not broadly usable by other people. However, in this particular case, we put the request out. The request was responded to from Battleground, Washington. They have a new officer who is just starting out, who this vest would fit. The vests, as I understand it, are fairly expensive if you do it brand new because they do have to be customized. So we have an opportunity here to transfer a perfectly usable vest to Battleground, Washington. And per our disposition policy, it has to come to the city council. It may seem a little extreme to bring a matter to the city council for one vest. We are doing
Mary,
it.
do we not have a de minimis floor in our code? I mean, the next, we could be next time discussing the transfer of a walkie-talkie that no longer is. In our district.
Commissioner Fish, I think I can answer that question for you. The reason we're in front of council is because this is an intergovernmental agreement with Battleground, and that does require council authority. The intergovernmental agreement sets out the responsibilities and a waiver of liability for the city.
On a vest?
Yes.
What's the value of this vest?
So brand new, these vests are approximately $660, and they have a 60-month warranty lifespan, at which point they are destroyed. And this vest is about 10 months old.
So why couldn't we just send a letter saying we offer this with a disclaimer of all warranties?
In working with the city attorney's office, we determined that for this to be a binding agreement, it needed to be contractual, we would make it an intergovernmental agreement.
Mayor, I think there's another way to go about this, I think a one-page letter with places for 2 signatures, it simply disclaims any warranty or liability, and I think there also should be a mechanism for something like this, which we applaud. I mean, this is something that we should be supporting. It doesn't require council action below a certain threshold. It just seems to me this is a lot of legal work, a lot of time for something that I don't see warrants this kind of attention.
I will raise that with legal counsel. I think it's a good suggestion. Further questions? Commissioner Fritz.
My understanding is the reason it's coming as a forfeit is it wasn't even on the agenda. Some of the commissioners, Commissioner Fish, this would have gone on consent and therefore not have had a public hearing unless pulled by somebody. But the urgency of getting this on that's deemed important, and I agree with that.
Very good. Public testimony.
Yes, we have 4 people signed up. The first 3, please come on up, are Robert West, Joe Walsh, and Cedric J. Tatum.
Yes, sir.
Yes, my name is Robert West. I'm with From the Police 911, and I'd like to bring up something. The Portland Police continually went to you guys and said, we need money for this and we need money for that. Now, all of a sudden, the Portland Police want to give things out.
The vest is not useful for anybody currently within the Portland Police Bureau. We know through the classes that is in training that will be available to come on duty within the next year. None of them fit the vest either. So there's no way to use this vest here in the Portland Police Bureau prior to the warranty expiring.
Well, at least charge them something. I mean, we put out all this money for a vest. I mean, I can't even get a media card or media permit unless I put up $600. And you guys just giving a $600 vest over to Battleground, Washington. It's another town. You know, what do they have money? Can they afford the vest?
So we were actually going to dispose of the vest, and somebody suggested that we actually see if somebody could use it rather than landfilling it. And in this case, we found somebody who could use it.
Well, you guys don't.
And yes, as an alternative, we could certainly toss it in the trash.
Yeah, because you guys don't do that with other things. You know, very seldom. City tosses stuff all the time. Computers, laptops. You guys.
Actually, we recycle it.
Well,
So, you know.
I'm sure the vest could be recycled too. But I'm just saying that, you know, it's a shame to buy something and then just turn around and give it out to another city. It to me it seems wrong, and it seems irresponsible of city monies.
Thank you. Good morning.
Morning, I'm Cedric Wilkins, and I misunderstood the term vest. I don't, if it was a whole bunch of vests, I don't think that's proper, but since it's just one, I think you could consider it a gift to, and something that we would just throw away, so I support giving it to Battleground, Washington. I misunderstood. I thought it was a whole bunch of stuff, and you're giving a whole bunch of stuff to Washington State. Well, like he says, well, they buy their own.
Just one. Thank you.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning. Again, for the record, my name is Joe Walsh. I represent Individuals for Justice. We were also confused on this, and the explanation of just one non-usable vest we're giving to another police department. That's what the wording is saying. This non-usable vest. Why are we doing it? Why don't we give a new one? I mean, why would we give them a non-usable vest?
No, it's, to be clear, it's non-usable for us for the reasons that I've just explained to Mr. West. It is not usable for the Portland Police Bureau because they are measured to specific measurements. There is nobody in the Portland Police Bureau who can use this vest. So rather than throwing it in the garbage and sending it to the landfill and paying the tipping fees at your expense, what we decided to do was see if there was somebody somewhere else who could use it for the remainder of the warranty. Lo and behold, there is an officer coming on duty in Battleground, Washington, who can use it. So common sense led us to that conclusion.
And you're also saying to us that this does not open the door for a flood of other stuff.
No, sir.
Okay, so this is one vest that we're giving.
One vest.
Because we found this officer that's coming into their police department and it just fits nice. And we're gonna do it, and we're gonna save money for everybody.
Exactly.
It's like Thanksgiving, it's wonderful. We approve it.
Thank you.
Yes, my name is Layton. I represent Layton Super Watchdog Cats. Again, from my position, and also we talked on tasers and these type of vests, is that I don't think you're going to be able to limit your liability if that officer in, say, Battleground uses this vest and it malfunctions in any way and he receives harm because of it. The reality is that you may have a warranty for 60 months, and I understand it's only been 10 months on this vest, but the reality is that you're transferring that liability issue over, whether you think your agreements are going to be sound and strong enough not to do that. The reality is that you don't want to transfer that liability over. It doesn't make sense. And as you know, liability issues with the Portland Police is one of the biggest concerns. Plain and simple, liability. So when you transfer that type of equipment over, it shouldn't be transferred over. It should remain within the Portland Police Bureau, even though it was custom made for somebody, there's certain body size. The reality is that if somebody over in Battleground is able to use it, somebody down the line could possibly use it before the warranty expires. And my only real question at the end of my speech is, does that warranty actually transfer over to that officer in Battleground? Because that's an interesting question on the transferability of a warranty on that type of equipment, even as a taser, anything like that.
Can I give you a 10-second answer?
Absolutely.
Because I don't know anything about the law on this, but I recently bought a used car and we took it as is.
Sure.
And I am out of luck if there's any problem with the car.
Absolutely.
And the law is clear. I'm out of luck. I took it as is.
Sure.
And as long as no one made a material misrepresentation.
Sure.
And the law of the land allows you to do that. To give something to someone with a full disclaimer of warranty and rights. And it is then up to the receiving party to decide whether that's a good deal or not. But as long as we don't misrepresent the condition, this thing is the greatest thing ever, this thing is whatever, then the law is that it is the buyer beware, and the buyer takes it subject to the disclaimers. I'm not the lawyer on this, and we can spend a lot of time on the law, but probably this is another reason why this matter, I wish it was back on consent with something else, but that's the law of warranties. And your question about whether we should transfer property or not is a good question. You know, we transfer fire trucks to the Mexican, to a city in Mexico once they've reached a certain lifespan here. There's a valid public policy question about whether we should do that. We should have that discussion. But legally, we can do it without having any future liability, as long as we don't make any misrepresentations.
Okay, I still have remaining time. My position again is when you brought up the term a car, even when a dealer sells a car, and he sells a car with not having proper brakes that work properly, and the family takes it out on the same day, crashes, and they're killed, he is 100% liable for his actions because of what he did. 100% liable. So what I'm saying is when we're talking a safety vest, when somebody is shooting at someone and it malfunctions, to put yourself in that position to where you could be 100% liable for that action on one vest is, to me, foolishness from the city's position. And let me finish, sir. Absolute foolishness from a liability position. Now, granted, it may seem like you're doing something good and something kind, but you're not when you're talking this type of equipment. And if it malfunctions, and I can guarantee you, these warranties that they have in place on this, if you were to talk to these people that manufacture these vests, they would agree with me. They would say, you do not want to transfer this to someone else. You don't want to do that. We're in the business to do this. We have insurance that'll cover this, but you don't want to do it. It doesn't make sense to me from a liability standpoint. And I appreciate the person bringing this up to the council meeting today. I thought it was very informative, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any, is there one more?
Thank you. Thank you.
A lot of interest in this fence.
Tell them that. Make sure that we take care of our investments, our liability, our funding. I'm reading, it says, number 1, the police bureau has and wishes to dispose of the custom-fitted protective vest of a member of the bureau subsequent to the officer's retirement. 2, the city of Battle Ground, Washington, will hire that member of the bureau subsequent to the retirement. That police officer had it custom-fitted, wore it, wants it, trusts it, and wants to wear, the same person wear the same vest in Battleground. That person can buy it, they can be reimbursed by Battleground,